it going? Welcome to the NoDQ.com live recap of Monday Night Raw for August the 16th, 2021. We have Summerslam this coming Saturday night, and we have 10 matches set for this show. Let's get right to this recap. And Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, 1 hour before NXT, we will be doing the live predictions video for SummerSlam. Matt Helms sent in a $10 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Matt. He had a brief comment. He says, hello, everyone. Big shout out to Matt Helms for tuning in and super chatting. Now, let's get to the show. We kicked off with a Randy Orton video package, a recap of last week. Randy Orton came to the ring, said he doesn't need friends. Of course, last week he RKO'd Matt Riddle. Said he would have beaten AJ Styles last week without Riddle's help. He said he's a 14-time world champion. Raw is still his territory, and he will prove it later on during Raw in a match against Omos. He said he's going to hit him with the 3 most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment. R, K, and perfect timing, we heard bro, leading into the music of Matt Riddle. Riddle got into the ring and figured that Randy was just trying to teach him how to hit the RKO properly. Riddle said he learned his lesson and feels that maybe Randy will be willing to give RK Bro another chance. AJ Styles and Omos interrupted. AJ said, how about RK no? He said he's sick of hearing the word bro. He wants a match with Riddle on Raw. Riddle accepted and said that AJ will fall to the most dangerous letters in sports entertainment, RK Bro. Interesting segment here, I guess, to set up the matches and build up this storyline. I mean, really, this is far and away the most interesting storyline on Raw, in my opinion. We had our commercial break, and then we had the match. Randy Orton started to walk away, and then he finally went to the back. So AJ was there with Omos in his corner, and Riddle was all by himself. They had a good match. There was a very weak "This is awesome" chant, and I have to say, San Antonio, they did not bring it this week. Not a very good crowd, but hey, it's Raw. Not a very good show to get enthusiastic about, which begs the question, why do these people even buy tickets for Raw? But I guess because it's WWE, there's nostalgia. There was a pandemic. People are like, we want to get out. We want to see wrestling. Who knows? But yeah, this was not a very good crowd this week. Styles got the calf crusher on, but Riddle was able to get to the rope. And then Riddle was going to go for the floating bro, but Omos walked right up by the ring post, and this distracted Riddle, and Styles took advantage and hit the Styles Clash for the win. Stupid babyface Riddle getting distracted, but I guess when you're Omos, you're that intimidating. I guess anybody could be distracted by that. Don't know. But yeah, match was good. And backstage, Riddle was interviewed, said that he is just sad that Randy Orton did not stay out there for his match and be there in his corner. Kurapika07 says they're waiting until the NFL season starts. Yeah, they might be. Maud W says, I remember TLC 2009. The crowd in San Antonio back then was also silent. Isn't San Antonio only like 2 hours from Corpus Christi? And I agree with Anthony. First show back with fans in San Antonio, you would think they would be a little bit more hyped up, even if it is Raw. We had a Nikki Cross or Nikki Ash promo, and she said her usual stuff that you need confidence and you need courage to overcome the odds. And she came to the ring. There was a cool sign in the front row that said, Not My Hero with her logo crossed out. I got a kick out of that one. There was also a stinky Goldberg sign in the crowd too. So I'll give San Antonio credit. They had a couple of interesting signs. We had the Raw Women's Champion, Nikki Cross, Nikki Ash, Nikki ASH, whatever the hell you want to call her. They had a match to see who would build up momentum for the pay-per-view. Charlotte Flair was out there on commentary. Nikki got the upper hand early, but then Rhea Ripley was able to make a comeback and picked up the win clean with the riptie. And on commentary, Charlotte was like, who calls themselves almost anything? Like, you just do it. You are who you are. And I'm agreeing with Charlotte. And when I'm agreeing with Charlotte, you know you have a problem. Michael Wayne says Nikki's gimmick is boring. It's just very lackluster as far as doing something that caters to anybody over 10. I'll say that much. And then after the match was over, Nikki attacked Charlotte, and Rhea and Nikki worked together to beat down Charlotte. And backstage, Charlotte was very upset about this, so Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville announced a tag match for later and said that Charlotte could pick a partner. But Charlotte was not too thrilled about this. Why not just do the tag match? Do we really need these ladies wrestling twice on a 3-hour show when you have a lot of guys that are not getting opportunities on the show? No Keith Lee again on Raw. There's a lot of people that you could utilize instead of having the same people in the same segments every week. DJW with the $2 super chat says, I like the tea, Aaron. How you feel, brother? I'm feeling really good. I'm just waiting for Friday, quite frankly. Friday is going to be a big night, and SummerSlam too, but Friday night is the real big show, and I'm not talking about Paul White. We got Rampage in Chicago. That's going to be something else. And I can guarantee you the crowd is going to be very different from that San Antonio crowd on Raw. We had Jinder Mahal giving a pep talk to his crew, Veer and Shanky. And in this match, if Veer and Shanky beat Drew McIntyre in a handicap match, Drew would not be able to bring his sword to ringside. So anyways, we had a handicap match, and, well, Drew McIntyre won, pinned Shanky with the Claymore, and then Veer tried to steal the sword but was unsuccessful. And after the match was over, Drew got on the mic, and he said he's going to embarrass Jinder on Sunday. He surveyed the crowd. They all think Drew's going to win, and Drew finished up the promo by saying, Saturday at the pay-per-view, Jinder is screwed. I do not care about this match. I have little to no interest in this match, and we'll talk about it on the predictions, but I really hope McIntyre makes quick work of Drew, and then we move on to something else. Michael Wayne says SmackDown will be in Phoenix. That is true. The site of SummerSlam 2003. Also the site of the Royal Rumble in 2013. I was at that one in Phoenix. We had MVP backstage cutting a promo, bringing up the spear that was given to him and said that Goldberg's gonna get what's coming to him. We had that Elias video from last week shown. And then we had a second video later on in the show. This one was during the day. The first one was at night where he threw the guitar into the fire. And then the second promo was the aftermath of it. And there was a tombstone. Elias, 2017 to 2021. And yeah, I guess at some point we're going to see what this new persona is all about. We had John Morrison come to the ring for Moist TV. His special guest was The Miz. And he was asking Miz if Miz was faking an injury because last week Miz got out of the wheelchair. Miz said he's not a liar. And this was when Damien Priest arrived, and Miz said that he was going to get back in the ring. He just got cleared a few weeks ago, but he's still not 100%. He just had a surge of energy, and Morrison acted like Miz never told him any of this information. And Morrison proposed a match between Damien Priest and The Miz. And by the way, at one point, Miz referred to SummerSlam as WrestleMania. I mean, it pretty much is WrestleMania, but yeah, that was a little funny mistake there by The Miz. So Morrison proposed Priest versus Miz in a match, and for the Moist segment, they had a kiddie pool there with rubber ducks, and Miz got pushed into the kiddie pool. That set up the match, and Miz kept acting like he was hurt. He went right outside when the bell rang and said he doesn't want to have his first match in a crap town like San Antonio. Sheamus arrived, and Miz wanted a high five from Sheamus, and Sheamus was just laughing at him. Priest attacked Miz. Miz kept trying to fake his injury to get the upper hand, but did not work out for him. Miz tried to get the drip stick from Morrison, but Morrison just walked off on the Miz, and then Priest picked up the victory with the bro kick to add a little bit of insult to injury and to tease Sheamus. Priest won with the bro kick, and then afterwards, backstage, Morrison was just telling Miz that he was hurt by Miz's actions. And as they were arguing, they finally compromised, and they're I guess on good terms again. But as they were talking, you had the New Day back behind them, goofing off, plugging their T-shirt. Maybe this will be the kickoff match for SummerSlam. Who knows? Who cares at this point? And Darren says, Miz is so lame. He used to be funny and entertaining. Now he has lost his heel heat. Well, he did get some boos for the San Antonio line. I'll give him that much. Ma W says, I cringe every time Miz and Morrison do comedy, just like the Alexa stuff. Yeah, well, speaking of Alexa, we had Eva Marie sending Dewdrop to the Alexa Bliss Funhouse or Playhouse or whatever it's called now to try and steal Lily and bring it back to Eva Marie. But as soon as Dewdrop grabbed it, she had second thoughts, she got scared, and she gave it back to Alexa. And we'll get to that a little bit more in a few minutes here. We had Mansoor versus Mace. Ali told Mansoor backstage that Mansoor has more to learn. Not much to say about this match. Basically, Ali helped Mansoor pick up the victory over Mace, and that was pretty much it. Short match, not really anything else to add to it. We then had Randy Orton versus Omos, and Orton tried to hit an RKO right off the bat. Omos quickly got the upper hand. He body slammed Orton, worked over Orton for a while. Crowd was chanting, "Let's go, Randy." Randy attempted another RKO, but was unsuccessful. And then Orton was sent to the outside of the ring. AJ Styles attacked Orton, but the referee ended up seeing it. And as a result, Omos was disqualified. And then after the match, they continued to beat down Orton, send him over the barricade, and then they were going to finish him off. Styles was going to hit the forearm. And that's when Matt Riddle ran down to make the save. And he helped Orton back up. Styles had to get Omos to stay out of the ring and not get in the ring. Then we had Randy Orton get on the mic and say that respect is something that has to be earned, and Riddle earned his respect. And as a result, RK Bro is back. Randy Orton wanted a handshake, but instead of a handshake, well, he did give him a handshake, and then Randy Orton gave Matt Riddle a hug. Kind of a reluctant hug, but he gave him a hug. Riddle was shocked by this, and then He said, "Randy, you make me so happy." And Randy had this great reaction. To me, this was far and away the best thing on Raw. Michael Wayne says, "That's best thing on Raw for RK Bro." I agree. And then we had Riddle get on the mic, and on behalf of himself and Randy Orton, they challenged AJ Styles and Omos to a tag team title match at SummerSlam. And there you go. We got that match set for Saturday. And we'll talk more about that when we do the predictions video. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right before the NXT show. Kurapika07 says it should have ended with RK Bro. Well, they had to put Whisker Biscuit in at the end, which we'll get to here in a few minutes. We had Jeff Hardy backstage saying that he wanted a third match with Karrion Kross because that's what you do on Monday Night Raw. It was a promo here that was interrupted by Kross. Kross attacked Jeff from behind, and then Jeff Hardy stumbled to the ring like it was Victory Road 2011. Kross made short work of Jeff Hardy. It was basically a squash match, but Jeff was beat up beforehand. Kross won with the Kross jacket. And maybe we're finally going to move on from this. I have no idea. But at least they made Kross look strong. I guess it could have been worse. It could have been Kross losing to Jeff Hardy again 6 days before his match with Samoa Joe. Backstage, Eva Marie was very unhappy with Doudrop and slapped her twice for not bringing her the doll Lily. And then it was confirmed that at SummerSlam, it will be Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie. I guess you need a bathroom break match. I mean, it's the Women's Revolution, but what other purpose does this match serve? Like, it's a bathroom break match. Like, they're probably going to do some goofy angle with Lily. And then we had Reginald, who was doing a little promo in a park, and you had R-Truth and Tozawa in costumes. Tozawa was dressed up as a trash can, and R-Truth was dressed up as a tree. They tried to attack him, but they failed. Reginald did his flip over the car and then got in the car and drove off. You know, it was mildly entertaining, but I'm still kind of over the whole 24/7 title deal. And Darren says, in regards to the Eva Marie match, it's a diaper change match for people with babies. Well, who's bringing your baby to a stadium with 50,000 people when there's still a pandemic going on? But I'm not going to judge. TJS says never shake Randy's hand. Well, Riddle did it, and he knows the consequences. We had a tag team match. Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross up against Charlotte and Nia Jax. Nia Jax was the mystery partner for Charlotte. Highlight of this match was probably Nia doing a stink face to Nikki, which resulted in like 10 fans chanting for Rikishi. Shayna Baszler was watching backstage. She got her little cameo. And then Charlotte tagged herself in and pinned Rhea Ripley clean with a natural selection. So, yeah. Rhea Ripley beats the champ, Nikki Cross, clean earlier. And then Charlotte beats Rhea with a natural selection. I have no idea how this was supposed to make me excited for this match on Saturday. Like, I have practically zero interest in this match. I'll give my prediction when we do the video, but like this was like negative as far as getting me excited for this show. Minus, we went in the other direction. We had our main event segment of the evening with Goldberg and Lashley. They're face to face. Goldberg came to the ring first. His son was at ringside. By the way, the combined age of these two, 99 years old. Goldberg is 54. Bobby Lashley is 45. Too bad they didn't wait a year. They'd have a combined age of 100. So Goldberg's son Gage was there at ringside, and poor Goldberg was getting the what chants. And he said his son was the 100% reason why he came out of retirement. Lashley and MVP interrupted. MVP was getting the what chants. Said that Lashley is more explosive and dominant than Goldberg. Lashley got on the mic and said Goldberg is too stubborn to back out of their match, and said that at SummerSlam, Goldberg will be stepping into the house of Lashley. And Goldberg responded by saying, Lashley, that's bullshit. So Goldberg dropped the S word in front of his teenage son. What a role model that Goldberg is. No, but anyways, I mean, whatever. It's no biggie. And then Lashley went to attack him, but ended up getting speared by Goldberg. And then afterwards, Goldberg raised his son's hand on the ramp, got the final laugh, but who will laugh last at SummerSlam? That remains to be seen. And that was Raw, everybody. Overall, pretty boring show. As far as a go-home show goes, it was weak. Best thing, in my opinion, was easily the reunion of RK Bro, the hug, and the line from Riddle about how Randy made him so happy. Last segment was okay with the spear, whatever, but, pretty basic stuff. It was just a very skippable Raw. Did not really do much to get me excited for the pay-per-view, so I'm going to go with a C-. Wasn't the worst show I've ever seen, but it was pretty boring. So C- is my letter grade. Seems like a lot of you are agreeing with me in the chat room. Darren, Michael Wayne, Matt Helms, and Don all give it a C- as well. Couple of D's in here. Biblical Adrian with a D+, and Dr. NXT Scorpio with a D. Nathan actually gave it an A. Victor, the Wrecking Demon Rollins, gave it a C, and he's from Norway, so thank you for watching from Norway. It wasn't a very good show. Hopefully, I'm pretty confident things will pick up later this week with Dynamite, and then we got, of course, Friday, which is going to be a very eventful show. SmackDown plus Rampage, and then Saturday we got SummerSlam, and then Sunday we got NXT TakeOver 36 coming up as well. DJW with a $10 super chat. Thank you for that, DJ. Says, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most, how much do you feel that Impact has benefited from the cross-promotion from AEW? Not having an Impact talent win their own title back hurt them, in my opinion. I guess a 5. I don't think it really helped Impact, but I also don't think it hurt them. If anything, it kept Impact somewhat relevant, that Kenny Omega won their world title and now Christian is the Impact champion. It gets a little bit of eyeballs on Impact, so I think it helps them mildly, but it's not going to change Impact's standings as far as where they're at compared to the other promotions. I mean, they're at best a distant number 3 now. And one could even argue that Ring of Honor is a bigger deal than Impact. PWG is back now. You could argue PWG might be a bigger deal than Impact. So, yeah, they are number 3 in the United States, but I would say they're very distant number 3, and not much else is going to change that. Matt Helms with a $5 super chat says, do you think SummerSlam will have a full crowd? Well, they have about 43,000 tickets out. They might be able to give away a few thousand more. It's going to look full on TV. Whatever their capacity is, 45 to 50,000, it's going to look full on TV. Pretty much every seat that they have available that's not blocked off will be full. It will look like a packed stadium on TV. So, yeah, they're going to have a really big crowd. And say what you will about WWE, but, You know, that's impressive to draw a crowd of that size, especially when there's still a pandemic and there's still people hesitant about traveling and going to an event with that many people indoors. So hats off to WWE. SummerSlam, it's got a good reputation, and I think the name SummerSlam is what drew in the crowd. And I still think it's going to be a great show. Despite 10 matches, I think it'll still be a great show. I wish it was 7 or 8, but, you know, the Eva Marie thing will probably be like a minute, maybe 2 minutes. It's going to basically be an angle. There'll probably be a kickoff show. Maybe one of the matches will be on the kickoff show. But yeah, SummerSlam, I think, will deliver with that big crowd. I'm looking forward to that. But gotta say, the Rampage in Chicago is what I'm really looking forward to. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and please continue to spread the word. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the latest regarding the pay-per-view, and I will see you guys next time.